Hi, this is Jennifer Daly. Um, it is 4 o'clock in the morning. I thought I'd come on and talk to you. Of course, I can't sleep. I'm aching so bad tonight. Just like it was last night or yesterday morning. Um, the pain is unbearable. It feels like my muscles are being pulled on the inside and it's going down my arm. And how I know it's affecting my MG is because I'm having trouble using my hands and raising my arms. And I tell you, I feel like my body is stressed and it's triggering my MG symptoms. I'm trying to withstand it, if that's the right word. I'm trying to withstand it. I am trying. I am trying so hard to withstand it. Um, but it's not easy because I'm trying to be strong and I'm trying not to give in to MG or the pain from my back from the surgery. I'm trying so hard. I've been doing a lot. I have so I more than likely contribute to the pain that I'm in now because for one I never excuse me excuse me I never rested, to be honest. I never rested. So, and I'm sorry about the lighting. I'm trying to hold my phone up, with my hand, and it's just not working. Um, it's shaking now, me trying to hold it up. But, yeah, I feel like the symptoms that I'm feeling, it almost reminds me of when I started, I, I started when I very first started experiencing symptoms, I used to have these little spasms, I guess, I don't know, or just, little, I would, I would have these phases, I guess you want to say, phases of weakness. And then, on my hands where, I was a CNA during that time, and I would be, giving a resident a shower, and I can feel, I feel my weakness. I feel like my hands are getting weak, so I would call for someone to come and help, you know. But yeah, I just it's just scary, because MG is scary. MG is very, very scary. I remember, I remember when I didn't even know it was MG that was attacking my body. Oh my gosh. I remember some of the times I overlooked a lot of signs. I don't know if you did, but a lot of things that were going on I couldn't explain. And then when I tell people, this happened the other day or that happened, they look at me like I'm crazy, like I'm making stuff up. And that don't be the case. This would be happening to me now. I guess people figure, well, you're young, you're upbeat, you don't look like nothing's wrong with you. But not with a sickness. You don't have to even look like your sickness to be sick. But people be so judgmental these days, you know, about every little thing. But I just remember, you know, things that I even laughed at. I even laughed at some, like me falling. I remember one time I had to laugh to keep from crying because I fell and I didn't even know why I fell. I just fell. you know. I remember I lived in Rochester, and my sister and I, we were walking to the store. I was already having trouble before we left the house. We was going to watch to the corner store. And I was already having trouble. So my mom asked me, did I want to use her cane? And so, I think I did. I think I did get her cane. Me and my sister and I, she was pregnant. My sister was like, she was like 8 months, 7 or 8 months pregnant. Um, Look, my hand is shaking. I might have to stop the camera for a minute. If I do, I'll come back, okay? But yeah, my sister, I believe she was. Somewhere up in there. She was at the end, close to, anyways. And we were walking to the corner store up the road. Now, I did fine walking to the store, going in the store, and getting, what I wanted or whatever. But on the way back, halfway back, my legs gave out. My body gave away from me. The cane and all, I fell and I could not get up. There was traffic. Oh my goodness, it was traffic. I was literally in the road. It was the end of the day. School was letting out. And I it wasn't nobody but God sent someone, this young gentleman. He pulled up beside us, asked my sister, did we need help? He picked me up, put me in his car. My sister got in, and then we showed him where we stayed. Lord, I've encountered quite a few angels. I got some stories I can share, you know. Just remembering that just bring tears to my eyes, because these things was happening. And I had no idea it was MG, you know. Um, Man, there was another time I was in college. I was taking a college course and with some courses, and still living in Rochester. I was signed up for. I was going to school for nursing, and I remember going to orientation. Things wasn't right that morning when I got up trying to move around to get dressed to go to orientation at the college. And but I still went. I was excited about being accepted into college, finally going to college, something that I had always wanted to do anyways. I'm so sorry. This is going in and out, the lighting. I don't have good lighting. I'm sorry. Just hang in there with me. But but yes, I remember, I had orientation, and we walked around that school. I can't remember if we walked around that whole school, but I know I couldn't walk around that school anymore. And I was having trouble walking. It was like my legs were like, they felt extremely heavy. And then, like, if I walked upstairs, it's like, and I walked and I had like a gait. I knew nothing about having a gait. I tell you, maybe it's just me, but I had never really, you know, heard that word. Except, I heard a gait belt. I was, I did, I was in the health field, so I know about a gait belt, but I never knew anything about a gait walk. Maybe I'm just slow. I don't know, but yeah, or it's just me. But yeah, I had a gate walk, and if I walked upstairs, I would, fear falling, because I felt that, you could feel like my legs is going to give out. They're shaky, feeling heavy. I can hardly raise them, you know. And I remember I made it through orientation. Long story short, I made it through orientation, but I was getting sick then, and I didn't know, and I was still pushing myself because I really wanted to, you know, go to school. So, with that being said, I think I took sociology. I think it was sociology. My sociology class was upstairs, and I didn't. I was still new, and I couldn't remember where the elevators were, and I didn't ask, and I was gonna take the stairs. And every time I would walk up those stairs, I would walk like three, maybe four steps. I'll go right back down. I'll do it again. I'll walk up about 3 or 4 steps. I'll walk back down. I'll do it again. Walk up about 3 or 4 steps. I'll walk back down. And the reason why I was doing that, because I just knew I wasn't going to make it and I was going to end up falling backwards. I just knew. I felt it. I felt it. But after doing it for a couple of times, I tell you, nobody but God. Nobody but God. An angel, a young gentleman. He came from nowhere. I don't know where this young man came from, but he came out of nowhere. And he asked me, he said, "You need help walking up the steps?" I said, "Yes." He said, put your arm in mine." So I did. And he grabbed my books and he walked me up, got me up those stairs. I thanked him.